You can never lie. He can never fail. I know he will do it again and again. He will do it again and again. What can make you
Welcome. Thank you for joining. Welcome, my beloved sister Linda TV show. Thank you so much for joining Friday. And thank you so much for joining Friday. You share the video as you're joining. You share the video so that others can join us. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. As we connect, you share on your own platform. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Lovers of freedom, thank you so much for connecting. Please share the video in your own platform, share in your WhatsApp group, share to family and friends. Any place you belong, share the video so that we can be able to reach enough people. YouTube is trying to frustrate us. They don't allow our notification to go to people. So the only way you can help to spread the news is by sharing the video and also clicking like. You like the video and you share. It will make other people to join us. So please share the video, like the video, send the link to your friends, families, and foes. Also, you can send to them. And then join us. We're going to start very soon. We're starting. Not going to take your time. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to send the message just as usual. A very important message we got to send as usual, encouraging ourselves. That is our responsibility. Encourage your fellow Biafrans and what they are doing. Make sure they continue to do what they are doing wrong. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining wherever you're joining from. I appreciate you and I thank you so much for connecting. Thank you so much for connecting to the program. Thank you for joining. If you're joining from any part of the world, you are connecting from Biafra land, you're joining us from Europe, from America, from Australia, from New Zealand, from Canada, whichever part of the world you are joining from, I appreciate you so much. And I say, may Chukwu guide and protect you. Before we go into our broadcast, we have to start with our prayer, national anthem and prayer as usual. Let's go.
Thank you.
「
Good evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Abiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwukika Abiyama onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwere anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters. I thank you so much for joining me once again on this broadcast today. As usual, we are doing it the way we have to do it. Remember, today is a sit at home. So many of us participated, more especially those of us in Biafra land participated, and it was a success as usual. We thank Chukwukika for that. I appreciate everybody who is supporting this very channel. I appreciate all your support, those who are coming around from time to time to support in each broadcast. I say, may Chukwukika continue to guide and protect you and secure you. I appreciate everybody. Remember, my purpose of coming online on a daily basis is not to demonize anybody. It's not to preach hate speech. It's not to talk down on anybody. It's not to begin to attack anybody. I am coming online on a daily basis to encourage my fellow Biafrans to stand firm, to encourage people, and to set the record straight, because we know that the conventional media in Nigeria has been taken over by the caliphate. The conventional media, they can't tell us the story. They try to play down stories. When things are obvious, they try to change the narrative. So why I come online on a daily basis is to dedicate my time to make sure that they do not change those narratives and be a reminder, just like a diary, to remind you things that you have forgotten. Today, I am going to make the broadcast by playing so many videos. I'm going to play so many videos to remind you where we are coming from and where we have gotten to. This is a way and strategy of revealing information to my fellow brothers and sisters. Our purpose here is not to talk about any person. Nobody deserves that kind of attention. Our purpose here is to talk about our freedom. How are we going to be free? How are we going to energize our people, strengthen our people, encourage our people to continue to fight on, and let our people know that Biafra is a reality? Let the world know what is happening in Biafra land, because nobody is going to tell our story. If you allow people to tell your story, they will tell the story in a way that is not going to favor you. But when you tell your story by your own self, you're going to tell the exact story and people will understand better. That is where we are coming online on basis. So many of us are coming online on a daily basis. Mainly the people that are in autopilot. They are focused. The autopilot members are focused. We are not here for saga. We are not here to condemn anybody or to demonize anybody, to attack or begin to drag. We are dragging nothing. All we come around is to encourage our brothers and sisters to do that which is right, to make sure we debunk every lie against IPOB, every lie against Mazen Nandekano, every lie against every single Biafran. That is what we're doing. And when I'm talking about Biafra, I am referring to the old southeastern region, the present south-south and the southeast with the lower Benue. If you know that wherever you are living in that country called Nigeria, that your grandmother is tying two pieces of wrapper, your mother is tying two pieces of wrapper, you are a Biafran. And we are one people. The same blood is flowing in our vein. Don't forget that. Do not forget that. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your language. It doesn't matter your religion. We don't care. As long as you fall within this region, the old southeastern region, the south-south and the present southeast with the lower Benue, we are one people. One blood is flowing in our vein. Some people can pretend about it. No matter how they pretend, the truth remains the truth. Some of them pretend not to know themselves, but the caliphate knows that we are one. That is why when they want to deal with us, they paint us with one brush and deal with us the same. But it is very painful that when it comes to those of us, instead of us treating ourselves as equal, we focus on demonizing ourselves, calling ourselves names, destroying ourselves, and doing all manner of things, which is not ideal. In every family, there might be misunderstanding. In every family, people must not speak on one voice. But that doesn't mean that we don't know who we are. We know who we are. We must know who we are. And we continue to stand firm. Husband and wife, they quarrel and settle. Brothers and sisters have grudges one time or the other. But that doesn't remove their name from the family. It doesn't change anything. We always have to remember that we are one people. And why I'm coming here is to speak to every single Biafran. Let us stand firm, remain very strong in whatever we are doing. Don't shake. No matter the trial, no matter the attack, no matter the weapon they are bringing towards you, don't shake. Biafra is very close. Very, very close. Every one of you have seen what is happening. With the kind of revelations that is coming out today, with the kind of things that is happening, you will know that Biafra is much more close than it was yesterday. The hindrances of Biafra, you see the way Chukwu by himself is taking away every hindrances, every obstacle in the way of Biafra. You see how Chukwu by himself, by his own self. Can you imagine that somebody who was doing evil against Biafra just woke up and decided he will not do it? What if he decided to do it? Nobody's going to find out. You're not going to know. But the spirit of Biafra have risen. This is when we are talking about the autopilot. The autopilot is holding even a native doctor. The autopilot is working even on a native doctor. Is working in pastors, working in native doctor, working in everybody. The autopilot is in them. And you don't have control over it. When you start working, you do not have control over it. You don't have control over it. That is what it means. That is why we say nobody is the leader of autopilot. Only Chukwu Okike is the leader. Chukwu Okike is the leader. We have Wasula Mazin Nandekana as the physical person we see we're working towards him. We're working with him. Don't be confused. Don't be distracted. Don't allow anything to distract you. Do not allow anything to distract you, because that spirit is working. Spirit of Biafra have taken charge. That is why you are seeing revelations. You are seeing heavy revelation. If by a month ago, if somebody told us that what we are seeing this day, we see it a month ago, nobody will believe it. Even the people who are involved, they wouldn't believe that what is happening today will happen to them. When they come on the social media, they rant, they come, they abuse everybody, they insult people, they talk anyhow. They never believed that today will come. They never believed it. Even in their dreams, they never believed it. But Chukwu Okike by himself, you see how it happened. Chukwu Okike by himself brought their own personal, the evidence they created for us to know what's actually happening. Nobody tricked them, nobody forced them, nobody did it with them. Something they did in secret. Chukwu Okike exposed them in the open. If you are not scared, you better become scared now. If you have been very careless about the Biafra struggle, you better be more careful. If you're one of those who is talking carelessly about Biafra struggle, be careful. If you're one of those who is talking to people anyhow, anybody you see attack, you see a propaganda you follow, you join. Any propaganda you join, forgetting that there is a foundation laid down by the supreme leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a foundation, and as long as you're mentioning his name, you must build on that foundation. If you are not building on that foundation, you will crash. And if you crash, you might not survive it. That is why you must not even allow yourself to crash. If you crash, you might not be alive to tell the story. Mazen Nandekano have built a standard. A standard. What is that standard? Truthfulness and consistency. When people begin to talk about structure, that is the only structure I know. Truthfulness and consistency. What Mazen Nandekano says the day he started this struggle, the same thing is what he's saying today. It is that Biafra or death. It has never changed. Consistency. It is either Biafra or death. He has never changed. And he has been truthful from day one. Even when they blackmail him, they accuse him, they bring a lot of accusation against Mazen Nandekano. He did this, he did it. Even include accusing him that he ate money. Accuse him of eating the money of transformer. And accusing him of different kinds of things they accused Mazen Nandekano. He was still steadfast and consistent in what he's saying. He wasn't distracted. He wasn't distracted. When challenges come from east, west, and north, up to the extent of his own deputy of Mazen Nandekano, unbelievable. It happened before your own very eyes. If that man can fall, who again do you think cannot fall? If the former deputy of Mazen Nandekano can fall, who do you think cannot fall? That is what to tell you, that the person we are following, the leader, supreme leader of the movement, Mazen Nandekano, he is not just another leader, he's also a spiritual leader of the movement, chosen by Chukwu Okabiama. He never anointed himself. Chukwu Okabiama anointed him from his mother's womb. That is why when he's talking, you tell that there are people who are chosen from their mother's womb. And if you are one of those that are chosen from their mother's womb, anything you are doing, go ahead, don't look back. They will attack you. They will definitely attack you. If you think they will not attack you, you are a joker. If you think they won't attack you, you are a joker. As long as you are ordained to set your people free, you will be attacked. Some people might even lose their life in the process. But we pray that all of us will be alive to see. You know what people who are, those of us who are Christians, you know what the person who came to suffer, who came to fight on your behalf, what happened to him? Christ. As clean as Jesus Christ was, as clean as he was, which everybody testify, even the Muslims testify about his righteousness. Even the Muslims testify about the righteousness of Christ. Yet they brought him out. People said, "Give us the criminal and give us the criminal and kill the truth." Openly, people knew. Pilate checked, after checking Christ, checked Christ from head to toe. He said that Christ was innocent. He told them that this man is innocent. He told them this man is innocent, but at the same time, majority carries the vote. What do you want? They say, "Give us the criminal, release the criminal, and kill this man for us." That is how wicked human being can be. So anything you are seeing today, don't be surprised. When you see the attack that is coming on Simon Ekpa from east, west, north, and south, don't be shaken. Just be focused. If you are ordained for this mission, attack is going to come. But be steadfast, because Chukwu Okike will fight with you. He will fight along with you. He will fight for you. You don't need to do anything. You see, why someone was busy doing the needful, why he was busy investigating, getting investigation, making inquiries, why he was in investigation already, Chukwu Okike went ahead of him and brought out already made evidence and gave him in his hand. Already made evidence. Chukwu Okike took the evidence and gave him. And when he was telling you that anything you do or commit, that Chukwu Okike will push somebody very close to you to bring it, and you think it's a joke. It is not a joke. The spiritual control the physical. And when people talk about the things of the spirit, I don't joke with it. I don't play with it. I don't joke with it. I don't play with it. I used to be careful about it, but I watch you closely. I know I watch you closely to know the kind of God you are calling, because the person we are following, Mazen Nandekano, said it time and time again that he doesn't worship idol. He worships Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Chukwu Okike Abiyama. And when Mazen Nandekano is calling Chukwu Okike Abiyama, he never add anything to it. He never add any other God to it. Chukwu Okike Abiyama. He never add anything. He said in every broadcast, he will repeat it and repeat it. He doesn't worship idol. Even during the time of NSAS, members of ESN that wanted to go and involve themselves in charms, he told them, he rebuked them. He rebuked them for going to Native to obtain charm. After obtaining charm, you come and begin to act Shina Rombo. And they killed so many of them. That's how so many of them lost their life. After deceiving yourself that you have charm, then you will come. You will not now apply your brain. You will use your brain, forgetting that the person you are going towards him to go and fight also has his own charm. That same native doctor that you met, somebody have another native that is stronger than that one. A country, do you know the kind of sacrifice that the country is making for their military? Mazin Nane can rebuke them, told them to apply their brain and the knowledge and wisdom. Always be careful. Run when you have to run. Escape when you have to escape. Dodge when you have to dodge. Come out when you have to come out. Don't just come and remove your chest and say because you are being protected by one nonsense or the other. That is the kind of man we are following. When he tells you he doesn't worship another God, he doesn't joke about it. He doesn't joke about it. He calls Chukwu not attaching any other God to it. I watch closely. When I see people who claim to follow Mazen Nanekano, I watch their words, what they say. That is why I believe Master Simon Ekpa. He is a Christian. He's a Christian. And I follow him and I watch how he's going. He calls Chukwu and he's following. He has never talked about another God. He never compromised another God. I watch him closely. He has never changed the fight to any other thing. But you see some people who claim to be following Mazen Nanekano, they will pray and call Chukwu Kagabiama. At the same time, they will call other gods. They will call Ada. They will call Idu as their God. They will first of all use Chukwu Kagabiama to draw your attention. When they are talking about Chukwu Kagabiama, you think it is that same Chukwu Kagabiama you are calling that you are calling. You think it is that same one you are calling. They have different gods. And when you listen closely, you see them, they begin to add all those gods that they have. They begin to add them. So many of them in their platform, go, you see them. That is how you know where to listen to and where to go and where not to go. Don't be distracted. Don't allow somebody to deceive you. Now, going into the main topic that we're come for, you have seen the kind of thing that is happening. The warning that Mazen Nanekano gave. Today, everything is happening. You see the terrible things that are happening in Biafra land. When people look at it, some people are being surprised. I don't know why people look surprised. When you heard about the terrorist shooting in the church, some people are still surprised. Some people are surprised. I'm be wondering, why are they surprised? Something that you have been warned about. Mazen Nanekano warned. So many other people spoke about it and warned. Even recently, the prelate warned and said that these people said that they are waiting for instruction to operate. And everybody was silent. Did you see? Have you ever heard, since that very day, that prelate make that conviction, have you ever heard that very forest, Ulobanta, whatever they call it, have you heard that the military went there to go and check? Since that very day that man was released, have you heard that the military went there to bombard that very bush or to check who is in that bush? They never did. They never did. And that Reverend Father wasn't the first person that was kidnapped in that area. And when we come out and we tell you that the federal government of Nigeria is in collusion, they are colluding with the terrorists. People say it's a hate speech. People say you don't know what you're saying. But after all, we are not the first people to say it. Other people have said it in the past. So many people have said it in the past. Don't be surprised what is happening. More dangerous things are going to happen. But my main reason I'm coming today is to tell you that you must have to prepare yourself for the days ahead. If you are a Biafran in Biafra land, or you're not in Biafra land, ask your people to prepare for the difficult days to come. More terrible things are going to happen. We don't have to fold our hands. And let me tell you, if you are one of those who is waiting that Chukwu Okikabia will send a legion of angels from heaven to come and fight for you, you are a time waster. If you're one of those who is waiting that Chukwu Okikabia will send legion of angels from heaven to come and fight your battle, you are a time waster. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. You will see your head on the ground. The only way Chukwu Okikabia will fight the battle today is for him to make the revelation to you. And Chukwu Okikabia have already sent legion of angels to make revelation to every single person in that contraption, mainly the Southerners. Chukwu Okikabia has spoken, have been shouting through Mazen Nandekano, Sunday Igboho came along. So many other prophets, so many people have spoken about what is happening today. How prepared are you to protect yourself? Sometimes Chukwu Okikabia enter into even the caliphate, the Janjaweed, they were telling you to protect yourself. You saw the Minister of Defense telling you to defend yourself. You don't have to be running anytime, every time. Those are the kind of revelations you get. Chukwu Okike Abiama will not send legion of angels from heaven to come and fight for you on the planet Earth. It doesn't happen. It will not happen. It never happens. It is you that will protect yourself. Take, for example, the state of Israel. The state of Israel that you know, the God-choosing people, God chose them. We know. It doesn't matter if you are a Christian or you're a Muslim or you are Hindu or whatever. Whatever you are, we know that Israelis are chosen people of God. But did they fold their hand? They never fold their hand. They have the strongest weapon you can think of in this planet Earth. They have it. They have the strongest army you can think of. They are fighting war on daily basis. What does that tell you? That tells you that Chukwu Okike Abiama will give you knowledge, give you revelation. It's left for you to apply the wisdom and knowledge to protect yourself. And that is where we are today. You see what is happening what happened in Ondo State. What happened in more are going to happen. The warning have been coming, and people are still pretending they are not hearing it. More things are going to happen. The earlier you wake up, the better. And if you are one of those who is waiting, thinking that the government of the day will secure you, sorry for you. If you're one of those who is waiting and thinking that the government of the day will come and fight for you, oh, sorry. Wait until one Nigeria happens to you. Those of you who are one Nigerians who will come across this video, those one Nigerians who think they know better, who think that they will fold their hand and all of a sudden miracle will come from somewhere and secure them. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. Just keep waiting. Fold your hand and keep waiting. When they tell you that the government is colluding with this, we don't believe it. If you are one of those, you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are whatever thing you think you are in the southern part of Nigeria, and you are not standing up, you are waiting. May Chukwu Okike Abiama have mercy upon you. I want to play a video to you. Listen to this man. This man that is going to speak now is a bishop in a church. Listen to him, what he has to say. For those of you who is waiting, thinking that the military will... Let me tell you, the place that was attacked in Ondo State, that was the hometown of the governor himself. His own hometown was attacked. A governor could not be able to protect his own hometown. Is it your own place he will protect? The terrorists went to the governor's hometown to go and take the life of people, more than 100 people. That is how serious it is. They wanted to show the governor that they can go to any length, they can penetrate anywhere they want to penetrate. And every one of us know why they did that. You know, the governor never supported the Fulanization of Nigeria. The governor is not support. The governor fought against open grazing. He fought against their leadership. He said he wanted Southern governor, Southern president. And they showed him. They went to his bedroom to shoot people. What does that tell you? It tells you that there is nobody will secure you. And if you think that somebody is going to secure you, watch this video.
I want to plead with the federal government. This is almost 70 days after the train attack. Grandmothers and grandfathers, wives, husbands and children are in the hand of their captors. I have never had a briefing from the corridors of power on what is going on about our citizens in captivity. Does it mean that life does not matter again in Nigeria? And what we are hearing from captivity is they are not negotiating ransom. They are negotiating exchange. And they made it very clear. The MD of Agric Bank, thank God he's free. He should go and tell the federal government what he experienced, what they told him there. If you are free and your other colleagues are not free, the whole of Nigeria is not free. If one Nigeria is in captivity, the whole of Nigeria is in captivity. So for me, whatever it will cost government, other nations of the world do the same. Please and please. And let's look for a way out of this conundrum so that our country will have peace again. Today, the popular and common news is kidnapping and kidnapping and kidnapping. No wonder some pundits are saying Nigeria is a failed state. And in Synod, we are shocked. We are dismayed. We are disgusted by the law that is trying to be promulgated in the National Assembly. That when government fail to secure its citizens and they are kidnapped, and the citizen is helpless because government cannot release their brothers and sisters, they pay ransom, you say you want to take them to prison. Does it sound right to any right-thinking Nigeria? Rather, what Synod is proposing, the security agencies must sit up. At any time there is a kidnapping, there is a jurisdiction where a DPO is in charge, where an SS director is in charge, where all the security forces are in charge. They should be called to order. If a commissioner of police under his own jurisdiction, kidnapping take place 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, that commissioner of police should be reprimanded. They collect money to secure us. The more money they collect, the more insecurity we have. Today, the future generation that should be the hope and the asset of this country are at home because of ASU strike. Any country that have a future will not toy with the future of its youth.
You had him. You had him. Sometime we will not be speaking alone. That is why we play videos. For those of you who is hoping on the federal government, look at the man shouting and crying, the bishop. He has lost hope. When we come online and we tell them that Nigeria is a failed state, some people say, you don't know what you're saying. Some say we are blabbing. The difference between us and this is that we are being sincere and factual about what we are saying. But in their own side, they know what is happening, but they are not sincere about it. They are not sincere about it. Even after making all those noise, he will still tell you that he's praying for one Nigeria. After saying all those nonsense he has just said now, he will still come and tell you that he's praying for one Nigeria. He has confirmed by himself that Nigeria is a failed state. What do you do to a failed state? What do you do to a failed state? And these people know very well that the only thing that is going to solve the problem is the disintegration of that contraption. Everybody go their separate ways. They know very well, and they will never buy to it. And for some of you who is waiting for Britain, some of you are waiting for Britain, that Britain is going to do this. Let me tell you, few days ago, either 2 days before the day, few days ago, either 3 days ago, either 3 or 4 days ago, few days ago, Britain came to Nigeria to inquire about the insecurity. They sent people. The British sent people, British government sent people to come and inquire how the insecurity, the killing of Christians. And luckily, the person they met was the man who can speak. Every one of you know Governor of Benue State, Samuel Oto. They went and met Samuel Oto. Samuel Oto told them to their face why they were, I believe they were even still there. They were still in Nigeria. Why this thing that happened in those states happened. I strongly believe that they are still in Nigeria. Why Samuel Oto was telling them the problem in that contraption called Nigeria is the Fulanis. Fulani, they are the problem. He was blunt about it. He was telling British that Fulanis are the problem, that the British are not getting the right information. He told them to their face that the information that the people are feeding them is wrong. The problem is the Fulanis. It's not even talking about religion, because when you see the kind of Islam that Fulanis are pushing, is not the Islam that we know. After all, we have some Muslims in the south. We have some Muslims in the south, and they are living peacefully with the people. But when you come to that kind of Islam of that Fulanis, they don't spare anybody. They don't do anything with anybody. There are some places, some Islamic countries, where you see that they intermarry with Christian. They intermarry. A husband will be a Christian, the wife will be a Muslim. In Indonesia, the prime minister of Indonesia, the president of Indonesia is a Muslim, and the wife is a Christian. The man married a Christian in Indonesia. Go and check it. The prime minister, the wife is a Christian. And in Indonesia, they marry, like that is how they marry. Christians marry Muslim, they intermarry. But it doesn't happen in the corner. If you try to do it, your head will be off. Your head will be off. So the kind of diversity we have in the country of Nigeria is a diversity that doesn't have any place to meet. But these people came. You see, not that this thing we are talking about, it's not as if Britain doesn't know. These British people, they have their own ambassador in Nigeria, Katrina Line or whatever they call her name. She is in Nigeria. She knows all the evil that is happening. She is seeing it, but yet she will be passing wrong information. Thank God they met Otto, and Otto told it to their face. I'm going to play part of the video for you to watch. I have shared it on my platform, but I'm going to play part of the video. You will see what Otto told them and how Otto explained the situation of that contraption to them. But are they going to do anything? They won't do anything. When Mazin Nanekani is telling you that woman called Katrina Line is evil, some people will say he's hate. It's not hating. It's not a hate speech. When you are not saying what you're supposed to say, when you are passing wrong information, when you are covering up evil, you are evil. That is what it means. When you are covering up evil, automatically you are evil. Mazin Nanekan have been crying about that woman, Katrina Line, whatever they call her, that she doesn't pass the information to them. These people came to make inquiry, and luckily it was Oton that they went to interview. Oton told them to their face what transpired, what is happening, the cause of this security, and the government is colluding with the Fulanis to take the life of the indigenous people. That is what is happening. But are they going to do anything? Thank God that this one is still happening within their president. I believe they are still in Nigeria, and this very one that happened recently just happened. Watch the video.
The United Kingdom Parliamentary Group on Freedom of Religion and Beliefs are at the Banwick of this lodge at Sokoro to interact with the State Governor Samuel Otum.
Relationships for us are obviously Christian brothers in the Lord. We might be different people, but we're the same under the Lord, and that's very important to remember that as well. And we are very pleased and very proud of our relationship between the United Kingdom and Nigeria and how much we value that, Your Excellency, and we really do, and that's why we're here as a delegation as well, so we can promote those good things that bring us together, the cultural things that bring us together, the historical things that bring us together, the economic things that bring us together, the religious views that bring us together. But we as an APPG are here to learn more and to help you.
To interact with us so that you understand the issues on ground, because several people have intimidated us here in Nigeria and blackmailed us. And the information getting to you most times are not correct. So you find it difficult, but coming to interact with us remains a good thing. In Nigeria, we have a multi-ethnic and multi-religious country. We have more than 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria, each speaking different languages. And religion is also multi. We have several religions in this country, but the most pronounced ones are Christians and Muslims. And somehow the freedom of religions is guaranteed under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Clearly. And it's based on the diversity that we have, but because of non-adherence to the provisions of the Constitution, have brought a major challenge when it comes to religion. Extreme religious views, combative narratives, and lack of tolerance continue to create a major religious fault line. Almost all conflicts in the country have religious undertones and susceptible to religious manipulations. Suspicion exists amongst adherents of different religions, and trust is broken down. The inability of the Nigerian state to guarantee plural spaces for citizens to worship, and to worship the God of their choice, or not worship at all under the protection of the state, has complicated national integration, national building, and development. I've always told people that, look, the issue of worshiping God is left to individuals. So people should be free to worship the God they want. In my state, for instance, I've not had any issue of conflict between the major religious group or anyone at all. I'm a Christian. The Muslims should do their worship. Atheists should believe in what they want. And Babalaos and all that should do what they want. But if the Christian and Muslims want, they can preach to each other and if you convert. That is your business. Because whether making heaven or not making heaven is individual business. And people should understand this. But the state seems complicit, and citizens, majority Christians, seem helpless when others undermine their fundamental human rights to freedom of religion. There are reasons to think that Nigerian state is complicit as follows. The current appointment of a known Taliban and Boko Haram supporters into key national offices is a big challenge to some of us. And the integration of repentant Boko Haram fighters into the official military is another major challenge. The failure to arrest and prosecute any of the infamous terrorist herdsmen is another challenge. The truth is that when you hear about these terrorist herdsmen who are Fulanis, they are coming with an agenda. But they use religion to shield themselves and try to deceive people. But their real agenda is to take over the country and make it their own. The Fulanis over 200 years ago realized that they were scattered all over the world and they needed to come together. Senegal, Cameroon, Mauritania, Libya, and all those areas. So they needed to come together to take over Nigeria as their country that they can call their own. Otherwise, there is nowhere where it is cited as a Fulani nation.
The group is concerned over the steady decline in security.
You have heard him. You saw Samuel Oton, governor of Benue State. This man has been very, very outspoken. How I wish we have one governor who can be bold to call Fulani out for what they are. Can you have any single governor in the Southeast, one single governor that can be half of Samuel Oton, that can do half of what Samuel Oton is doing? He was talking to British people, telling them to their face the problem of that country called Nigeria. Boko Haram is the problem. Fulani is the problem. The government is not doing anything. They are colluding. They are recruiting the Boko Haram into the military. He was saying it without missing word, calling their name Fulanis. Calling their name Fulanis without missing word. So for those of you who is waiting for international community, thinking that they know what's happening, these people that send these people to come and meet, they have the ambassador in Nigeria. Now tell me, what is the duty of the ambassador in Nigeria? And as you can see, Oton told them to their face that the information they are giving them is a false information. You see why you have to fight for yourself. You see why you have to fight for yourself. Nigerian diversity is a destructive one. And there is nothing you can do to make Nigeria work. Stop deceiving yourself. Those one Nigerianists, more especially those people from the southern part of Nigeria that are still sitting on the fence. Wait until Nigeria happens to you. When Nigeria happens, to pray that you will be alive to tell the story. So many people cannot be alive today to tell the story. Look at Obadiah Melafia. Obadiah Melafia, who made the greatest revelation. After those revelations, he was still talking about a peaceful Nigeria. He called for Christians to come out and sit at home for 1 week. Obadiah Melafia calls Christians, sit at home for 1 week, so that the world will know that we have people in that country, we have Christians there, because the way it stands, many countries are seeing Nigeria already as an Islamic nation. Because the only people that come to represent your country called Nigeria, this contraption called Nigeria, the only people that represent them abroad are all Muslim. Every of their representation in United Nations, in the area of their community, in the African Charter, whatever organization you can think of internationally, they are all Muslims. And they are beginning to see that contraption called Nigeria as an Islamic nation. This is how they are seeing it. Obadiah Melafia made that call. Nobody responded. No pastor, no reverend, no GO, even Khan did not open their mouth. And the man died in that cause. He died in that call. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today have been shouting and crying. Instead of supporting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the governors, Dave Umahi sponsored the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Dave Umahi sponsored the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu through some criminals in IPOB. Through some criminals and the Jezebel. Through some criminals and the Jezebel, Dave Umahi sponsored them to kidnap Mazen. Instead of supporting him for the freedom of people, what crime did they commit? He was asking for the freedom of people. Up to today, you cannot see one single person that can speak the way this man, Samuel Oto, is speaking. Look at our elder, Adebanjo. Pa Adebanjo, you Pa Adebanjo coming to make a case for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu at every given time. Ask him a question about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He will ask you, what crime has Mazen Nnamdi Kanu committed? Is it a crime for somebody to defend his nation? Is it a crime for somebody to defend himself? Today they have driven him or Sunday Igboho away. Sunday Igboho is not where to be found. And look at what happened in Ondo State. Look at the bloodshed in Ondo State. For complete 30 minutes, nobody came close. 30 good minutes of they operated for 30 minutes in the hometown of the governor himself. And these are the people we want to open. The diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one. And I'm going to play another video for you. Every video I'm playing is to open up your ear that the people you want to wait for to secure cannot secure you. The people you want to make peace with are not ready to make peace with you, and they're not changing. Instead, they apply more strategy. You know Sheikh Gumi that is supporting the terrorists. He is still making a case for this terrorists. He's not changing his word. Sheikh Gumi recently came out in national TV. He came out to begin to still supporting the terrorists, telling them to form a ministry for them. Still blaming people that you shouldn't blame them, that they fought. He's still blaming every other indigenous tribe. He's still shunning people not to call them criminals. They're not criminals. We are the ones that are criminals. Sheikh Gumi supporting terrorists openly. Nobody is questioning him. Nobody invited him. But a reverend father that had a confrontation with the kidnappers, a reverend father that came out to say what he said, who saw death face to face, that Chukwu Okike saved him. He saw death face to face. Chukwu saved him. The reverend father came out to say what he saw. They questioned him. DSS invited him. DSS invited the reverend father. The police officer that came and spoke what he said and called out the military, that the military are colluding with the terrorists in Abia State. A police officer came to confess and made that statement. And that police officer, if I think it's from the southwest, today that man is being sacked. The man is sacked, questioned and sacked. These people are not ready to do anything. I want you to watch this video. What Gumi made, the statement Gumi made recently. These are people you think, when you think about good, better Nigeria. How can you have a better Nigeria with this kind of people, with this kind of mentality? Watch the video first.
Yesterday I said we need a Ministry of Nomadic Affairs. And I saw the news, Gumi saying we need Ministry of Banditry. So you see, they make banditry synonymous with nomadics. 99.9% of nomadics are peace-loving people. It's only 0.1% that is causing all this havoc. And it's not causing this havoc out of just mere mischief. We have pushed them to the wall. Somebody say they are criminals, but I wonder who is not a criminal. When villagers, we hear in the radio, this governor has stolen this accountant has stolen this delegate has stolen this, what do you expect him to? He will steal too. It's a nation of stealers. So what do we do? Let's stop stealing and let's teach morality to them. And the best way is to go to them. When we go there, we tell them, look, it's wrong to steal people. It's wrong to kidnap. It's wrong to take lives. It's wrong to take people's wealth. And they agree with us. The only thing is they give us a reason why they do them. And you see, when you are in reconciliation, you accept somebody's reason and gives him a way out. So I hope, inshallah, from today, honestly speaking, we have to engage these people, and I hope that we have positive results. My only fear is the infiltration of terrorists into their midst. I think it's a factor which we have to consider seriously. We have to go in and recapture them from terror. And even the terrorists themselves, I think there's a neglect. Because I had a former president who I spoke with, he told me
you hear him?
That
he's supporting the terrorists.
To some area whereby he spoke with Boko Haram people and they are ready to
Did you hear
put
him?
their arms on conditions. But
make a case for the terrorists.
Refuse to accept such conditions. Up to now, Boko Haram is not a hopeless case. So we have to protect our herdsmen from the infiltration of terrorists. Somebody will say, terrorists, yes, there's terrorism attached to Muslims because the Prophet ﷺ has given us prophecies in the end of the world whereby young men will carry weapons, reading the Quran, but it doesn't go beyond their throat, and they will be killing people. So how do you know that you are an extremist? Is when
your
you have
Quran told you to be killing people. What effort have you made? You had him confessing that the book he's reading is encouraging them to be killing people. What effort have you made to change it? Instead, you are telling people to continue to recruit them into the military. You see this man making a case for bandits. Every time he comes out, he will support Boko Haram, he will support the bandits. Talking about negotiation. But these same people, they are the people who are pushing military towards the southern part of Nigeria, towards Biafra land, to go and kill people who are asking for self-determination. A genuine request, a legitimate request of referendum. The most legitimate request, referendum. We are not asking for any other thing. We are not asking for presidency. We are not asking for any entitlement. We are not asking for their restructuring. We are not talking about resource control. We want to save our life, to have a peaceful life. That is all we want. We want to have peace. We want to live with people who value life. Is it too much to ask? But because they have succeeded in stealing away the soul of some politicians, they stole the soul of the politicians in the southern part of Nigeria. That is why none of them can stand up and make a case that is already in the court. The case of referendum is already in the court, which we had on October. That case is still there. Instead of them to mount on that case, pursue it and bring that country down and let everybody decide on their fate, they are not full. They are still talking about election. They are still busy gossiping and talking about election. You see, this one will come and talk Peter Obi. This one will come and talk Turubu. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Peter Obi cannot do a shit. Peter Obi can never, ever. He won't even come third position. He won't. He's not over to be. He's not even in the race. Already, the Ohanese, what do you call it? Ohanese already, they are settling for vice president. These are people you cannot trust. After hearing all these people who are supporting terrorism, you see that they don't have no change. It is high time you wake up. It is high time you wake up. Stop waiting for God to come from heaven and fight for you. God cannot come from heaven and defend you. You must defend yourself. You must learn to defend yourself. Any place you are in Biafra land, you must learn to protect yourself. And when you are defending yourself, defend yourself with same equal measure that the enemy is coming with. You see what is happening in the southwest? They have Amoteku, but Amoteku is not capable. Amoteku is doing double barrel. How can you use double barrel to go and face somebody who is in AK-47? How can you use double barrel to go and overcome somebody with AK-47? It doesn't happen anywhere. That is what they want to do to ESN. You see the Ebubag they form. Ebubag have converted to become unknown gunmen. Toothless bulldog, where they have their strength is on distracting IPOB, distracting members of IPOB, killing Biafrans themselves and chasing around ESN. That is where they have their power. Every Biafran, everybody in the southern part of Nigeria have to wake up. And if you're a Christian and you're relaxing, every of those, the bishop, all those bishops and pastors, instructions have been given. Our brother Simon Ekpa made an instruction and gave instruction on what they will do to protect their churches. Protect your church. No soldier is going to protect for you. Build a buffer between you and your church. Make a distance, create a distance, and get your own defense. Equip your own security in your churches. Equip your own security in your churches. Equip it. Chukwu Okike Abiyama cannot come from heaven to fight for you. You have to fight for yourself. He will only give you the revelation, give you the brain to use. And if you think what I'm saying is not clear to you, I am going to play a video of a pastor who was a little bit, at least he was able to make some points. At least he was able to say some points, to say certain things that is going to enter your brain. I'm going to play the video of that pastor so that maybe after watching it, you will begin to learn to defend yourself. You begin to learn to stand firm and never deviate. Let's watch.
My professor, this question says, if someone should kill a Christian, can the family of Christians retaliate? Thank you, sir.
This is a very powerful question. If someone should kill a Christian, should the family of the Christian retaliate? Friends, I'm in Northern Region. Everybody, all my members don't give ear. Everybody has given their ear. I can show my children on the Zoom. They have come close. Let's know what is going to answer. Amen. Let's see what Rita Bai is going to answer. Amen. Rita Bai has nothing to answer you, but God has everything to answer you. I am in Northern Region. We know what we are passing through here. I will answer this question with Bible quotation. Let's read Genesis 9 from verse 6. Genesis 9 from verse 6. Genesis 9 from verse 6. It says, whoever shed man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed. For in the image of God he made man. Whoever shed the blood of a man, that man that shed that blood, his own blood also should be shed. This is one thing our half-brothers are taking advantage of us. And we, so many Christians, sorry for using this very word, that are bankrupt of the scripture, we say, forgive, God will fight our fight. We are the temple of the living God. God is living in us. You are his hand. Somebody will tell you, do not fight. And somebody will say, Rita Bai, this thing you are saying is Old Testament. Who made God's word old? Who made God's word new? Okay, let's go to Revelation 13 from verse 10. If you say it's Old Testament, let's go to Revelation 13 from verse 10. Revelation 13 from verse 10. Let's see what that place said. Whether it's still old or whether it's still new. He said, he who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He who kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the what? Patience and the faith of the saints. One, anybody will kill you as a Christian, kill him. You get me? I'm not a hypocrite. I'm a Christian. I'm not the stupid type. I'm not the stupid type. If you should understand, Jesus never told Peter to throw his sword. In the book of Matthew 26, from verse 51 to 52. If he has told Peter to throw his sword, then I will throw my own sword. He said, and suddenly one of those who were with Jesus stretched out his hand. How will Jesus, an immortal, never knew that Judas was with sword? He knows, because he's omnipotent. He knows the end before the beginning. He stretched out his hand and drew his sword and strike the servant of the high priest and cut off his ears. 52. Look at what Jesus said. Jesus could have said, Peter, throw it away. Jesus said to him, put your sword in its place. You don't need it now. When you are needing that sword is coming. Put it in this. Put it. Judas, put it in the right place. Put that sword. Put that sword. I am putting my sword in the right place. He told them in the book of Luke 22, from verse 35 to 36. He told them, when he sent them, did he give them money? They say no. He said, but now they should go and get money and buy what? Let's read. He said, and he said to them, when I send you without money bag, knapsack, and sandal, did you lack anything? So they said nothing. 36. Why did he tell them this? He said, then he said to them, but now he who has a money bag, let him take it, and likewise a knapsack. And he who has no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. The errand we are is the errand of war. The children of Israelites, all the land they possess, they did not pray for it to come. They fought for it. They fought for it to come. Read about, you think all these things happening in Plateau, possessing all the land is like that? Everybody know my eye. If I keep eye of silence, they could have possessed everything here. You want this and I keep them down. Me and you will change them. After we change, I'll tell you, praise the Lord. Say hallelujah. We move out again. Please stop hypocrites. I don't do hypocrites. Amen. I don't look for anyone trouble. I don't look for trouble. I'm not a fighter. But you come to fight, then we know what to do. Even Jesus, when he went to the temple, he could have been preaching, praise the Lord. He looked for whip. Look for whip with double mouth. And whip all of them out from the temple. He could have told them, I am the Son of God. All of you should stop praying, gambling here. It is not right. They won't listen to him. But he whipped, flock every idiot out of the temple. And everybody looked for him way. So there are two types of deliverance. There are prayer through the mouth and there are prayer through the hand. So any devil that refuses to go, the thunder of my mouth and my hand will take them out from you. In the name of Jesus Christ.
Did you hear him? You heard him very well. That's the pastor speaking. You must learn to protect yourself and defend yourself. Stop waiting on God to send legion of angels from heaven. It will not happen. Time has gone when manna falls from heaven. Manna never not fall, is no longer falling from heaven anymore. The time have gone. That time have gone. In the present days, Chukwu Okike have given people wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. There are so many angels around us. Mazen Nandekan is one of those angels. He has told us what to do. He didn't only tell us, he established a security outfit for us to be secured. What are you doing to support that security outfit? What effort are you making to support that security outfit that was kept in place by Chukwu Okike for you through Mazen Nandekan? You see the evil men, they are fighting against the security outfit. They are fighting against, trying to destroy it by all means. And they are waiting for God to fall from heaven and fight for them. God is not going to come from heaven to fight for you. The only thing you have to do is to fight for yourself. Mazen Nandekano, who is the angel that Chukwu Okike has sent, have already made a structure on how you're going to survive for the evil days that we are in. It's left for you. Support the ESN by your power, by all means, financially. Equip them, and then everything will be well. If you refuse, wait. Nigeria will happen to you. One Nigeria will happen to you. It is not a curse. It is reality. We have to be real. I'm not trying to scare you, but this is reality. The country is at war already. The contraption called Nigeria is at war. If anybody tells you that it tells you a different thing, that person is lying to you. It is high time we wake up and stay awake. Nobody is there to stand for you and I. The Ohaneze Ndibo, You saw them when they were blabbing. You saw Ohanes and Igbo with all manner of style they came. They came with their restructuring. Without restructuring, there will be no election. We are there, restructuring and died the national death. They came, they say, if you don't give us Igbo presidency, we will do this and do that. Igbo presidency, nobody gave them. And when you hear them talking, you think they have a background. But the people they are talking to know them very well. And when you see the kind of people they were meeting the people that were giving that hope for them, the people that was giving them that hope of Igbo presidency, people who have no level, children in the north that have no level. Look at the other tout they went to meet, what they call Shetim or whatever. A tout was the person that gave them. There's another video I'm going to play. These are the people that were giving them hope, that made them to begin to tell you they will have Igbo presidency. Today, we have seen it before their own very eyes. They are now descending down after they have boasted. After they have boasted, they told us about the Igbo people who drowned themselves in the ocean in the US because they don't want to be slaves. After they have boasted, I was waiting for them to drown themselves. They say if they don't give them Igbo presidency, they will look for their fate outside Nigeria. Today, I'm still waiting and looking. I'm still waiting and looking. They are now coming down to vice president. What a shame. Shameless people who doesn't have shame. Look, watch and see the kind of people they met who was praising them.
As far as economy is concerned in this country, you cannot rule out the Igbos. But these are the same people that have been marginalized. They were somewhat recognized in the First Republic, relegated in the Second Republic, further relegated in the Third Republic, and then reduced to nothing in this Fourth Republic. They are Nigerians. We are faced with the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. Power shifts, just shifting power to the southeast will cure 80 to 90% of Nigeria's insecurity problem. And then the 10% remaining is attributed to unemployment.
A country which before the coup in 1966, the World Bank said parts of Nigeria were growing faster than the rest of the world. Is it now today we are hearing that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world? Thank you for endorsing fully power shift to the southeast. You will not regret it. Nigeria will become what God intended it to be because of all these resources given to us.
You see an elderly man like Okwadike, elderly man like him with white beards. Look at a small boy that was giving him hope, that was making him to brag. Who is that boy that spoke, that boy from the north? Who is he? When they tell you that Northern Group endorsed them, which Northern Group? Who is that boy? Who knows him? This is how they deceive them. They use their almajiri, they just buy clothes and give him the time to go and talk to them. And an elder, a former governor, an elder like Okwadike, look at a small boy that was addressing him, giving him a hope, telling him how elegant and how strong Igbos were in the First Republic and all that. And that was where he had his hope. The Northern Group that they said that promised them, that was the little boy. This is the kind of thing we see. People who are supposed to be representing us, they brought themselves very low. Mazen and they cannot try to raise their standard, raise them to the highest. Instead of them to grab that opportunity, they threw it to the dust. They sold Mazen Nandekan. And today, we sit at home every Monday to ask for the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekan. They begin to tell us about the economy. Meanwhile, they are the one that destroyed our economy. Every single politician has a hand in destruction of the economy of the Southeast. Every single politician, it doesn't matter where they are part of the destruction of Southeast. They destroy the economy to make sure we remain the way we are. None of them, they were not able to achieve anything, nothing. They couldn't be able to achieve an international airport. They couldn't be able to achieve seaports. They couldn't, nothing. The politicians, for how many years of democracy, they have never achieved anything in the Southeast. And yet today, they are bringing Peter Obi as a messiah. Even Peter Obi, you know that he's not even in any major party, and he's not going anywhere. Peter Obi will not see, and he can't even cross an inch. They know very well that politically, you cannot achieve anything when it comes to Biafra. You cannot achieve anything when you have to, anything that has to do with Biafra. You can't achieve anything politically. You can't achieve anything. They know, and they are pretending. Instead, they join the Fulanis to begin to. Today, they are using Peter Obi. They are using Peter Obi to cajole the Southerners to vote. You see the youth running around and put. It doesn't matter. The youth, the same way you run around during the NSAS, the same way the youth run around during the NSAS, and Mazin Nande can join the struggle of NSAS, even though it wasn't for separation. NSAS was for a better Nigeria. Mazin Nande can join. Mazin Nande was broadcasting 3 good times every day. He took his time to support the NSAS. At the end of the day, what happened? Were they able to stand? Do they have the strength to stand? They couldn't stand it. When they begin to unleash their mayhem, they couldn't stand it. And today you think Peter Obi, even if Peter Obi won the election, they tell him, go and sit down, you're not going there. You think you can protest, you can do anything. Even when we know that Peter Obi cannot. Labour Party, what is their structure? How many places they have Labour Party? They propaganda, they say people are donating their houses in the north. People are donate what in the north? The kind of people that are donating those, is it like this boy that came and spoke now? That little boy that came and spoke, they're the kind of people who are going to donate this for you. When you know that the Northerners, they vote in block. Just in one mosque, one imam will just tell them who to vote, and they go there and vote. You think they could vote an infidel? You think a Northerner will vote an infidel, open his eyes like that, and vote an Igbo man? You think it will happen? Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Keep deceiving yourself. There will be no election in Biafra land. It doesn't matter how they try. There will be no election in Biafra land. We cannot be part of it. And for those of you who are still doubting, you see, why I play certain videos is to remind you where we are coming from. There's a video I'm going to play. Some of you have forgotten that very voice message. I want you to go back and I want to play some part of that voice message. The voice message that leaked immediately after the late Muhammad Buhari took power. There was a voice message of a conversation between a northern governor and the southwest governor. I will play it for you to reflect your memory. And everything, I want you in that very thing, when you hear the man mentioning Yoruba, Yorubas have no hand in everything that man is saying. The Yoruba that man is referring to there is Tinubu. Tinubu that they are projecting today, that is the Yoruba that man. If you listen to that very conversation, you see that even the man he was talking to, that Ibusu Amoku, doesn't even know what they are planning. Ibusu Amoku, a governor, he doesn't even know what they are planning. He doesn't know what their plan is. When the man said the Yorubas are planning this, a northerner was telling the governor what the Yorubas are planning. The Yoruba he means is Tinubu and his cohort. So when you hear them talking about Tinubu and this one, it is not about Yoruba. We don't have any problem with our Yoruba brothers. We don't have any problem with our Yoruba brothers. This is the divide and rule we're talking about. They will not will just go and take one person in your area. They might come to your village, take one person in your area and empower that person. They will empower the person so much that the person will be so powerful that the person will begin to remove every other person. And when they want to go to discussion, they go into discussion with that person, and that is it. The way they operate in the north. Because in the operating north, every of them remains low, and one person will be lifted up. Every other person will bow down before the person. That is how the north operates. Their system and our system is not the same. The system in the north, and in the southern part of Nigeria, the system is that everybody have the right to attend to any height you want to attend. Everybody have the right to struggle hard and become a billionaire, become a millionaire, work hard and get what they want. But it's not right in the north. In the north, the Talaka ones are meant to remain Talaka ones. You are meant to remain under. And the rich people are meant to remain. You that is a poor person in the north will be praying for the rich to continue to be richer and be given to you. That is their prayer. They pray for their rich people to continue to be rich and be given them. But we don't pray that kind of prayer in the south. In the south, we are praying for everybody to grow in a speed that they can be able to handle. That is our prayer. We pray that our children will be greater than us. We pray that people should grow. When you tell somebody, you wish that the person will be bigger than you. It doesn't happen in the north. That is not their prayer. The Northerners don't pray that prayer. Their prayer is that let God continue to give to the rich, so the rich will be giving them a little by little. So we are not our system is not the same. Our value system is not the same and can never be. How do you think you can survive in such a place? I want to play this video. Why I'm explaining this is that when I'm playing that video, don't be confused. Don't be carried away when you're listening, because you see the man talking about Yorubas. Yorubas will do this to the Igbos. Yorubas, it is not Yorubas doing anything to the Igbos. It is Tinubu himself. Tinubu. If the man was talking to the governor doesn't know what the plan is. How can Yorubas be planning something and the governor of his state doesn't know what the plan was? How possible? A governor of a state doesn't know what it is. Afenifere is not aware. When you see what is playing out, you know that Afenifere is not aware of the game they are playing. The leader of Afenifere, you see his stance. You see his stance in Nigeria. You see his stance. He never wavered. He never changed. That was when they kill Akim or the other man they killed, their former secretary they killed. Akim or Etuko, whatever they call him, what the man they are forgetting his name. That's the Yoruba man, the Afenifere secretary they killed. They killed him, they murdered him, and told us it was COVID-19. Because they know today will come. These were the people that were going to stand against them. They are taking them out. Look at a governor that told them that stood and said that there will be no open grazing. A governor that was standing for his people, they went to his own bedroom to go and kill people, murder people. They went to murder people there. That is how evil they are. I want to play that video for you. I'll play that it's a voice message. A voicemail. Listen to every single thing this man is going to say. Just pay attention to every word he's going to say. You will begin to learn lesson that there cannot be any remedy. Everything you see today is planned out. They planned it as soon as Muhammad Buhari came in. They had the plan. They had the plan even before they came in. They established all this security even before they came in. They had the plan already. And that plan was with Tinubu. Tinubu is very much aware about every evil that is happening. Tinubu is aware. That was why when they killed the one of the Afenifere leaders' daughter, Tinubu came there and began to ask them, where is the cow? When the Fulani herdsmen killed the daughter of one of the Afenifere leaders, Tinubu came there to pay a condolence visit, and he was asking them, you said it's in Fulani, where are the cows? Because Tinubu is involved in the criminality. So when you hear this man that will be talking to this very voicemail, talking about Ududua, talking about Yoruba, the Yoruba he means is Tinubu. It's not about the Yoruba people. Yoruba people are in the same, Ududua people are in a line with us. They are fighting for their own life. You saw lives that were lost. They are fighting for their own life. But when you see these people, it is Tinubu they are holding captive to use it to subdue every other person. I want you to listen to that voice message again. I'm just going to play some part of it. Listen to it carefully. Then you know the source of our problem. This was a conversation. Immediately Buhari took in. Immediately that led Muhammad Buhari one power. This conversation was made. So many of us have forgotten. But I want you to listen once again. Maybe you refresh your memory and remember where you are coming from.
And I'm telling you, after 4 years, at least not we are liberal. But in the Southwest, after 4 years, Igbos can never be useful, relevant again in the Southeast. Wait and see. In fact, the plan of APC is that they are going to make alliance of Northwest economic development. The West has the ocean. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The North has agricultural produce.
Yes.
You're hearing
So
him.
what they are going to do, the government is going to develop all the agricultural and mineral resources in the North. And then they will put primary industries here. And then go and export, finally finish them in Lagos or Southwest and export them and bring back the money and share it between the two regions. Let them drink their oil. This is the plan on ground.
Let's just pray for success of
The plan of
Mr. General Buhari. For that, his success is our success. For that, we can benefit better.
It's true.
That's our prayer now. That's our prayer here. Everybody is praying for his success for that. If he's successful, everybody is successful.
God help us.
No,
but not to the extent of living the way we are. Our prayer now is that may God remove the influence of the Southeast in our region. That's all what we are praying left and right now. I'm telling you.
I like you, okay.
No. The Boko Haram, these people are catch red-handed with bombs. Who are supplying the weapons? Who killed General Shua? They think we don't know. They were saying that they were revenging what they did to them in Biafra. Biafra was a war. It was a state war. Trying to bring them back to the nation. No, be so? Do you get me? Some useless idiots started Boko Haram, but there was hand. Don't worry, investigation will reveal everything now. Don't worry. We were just exercising patience, looking at what is happening. That is typical Northerners. That's how we are. Just look at what is happening. But we drew a line. 2014, 2015, they call it. It is the end of it. Whether anybody wins or don't win is okay. That was our decision, honestly. And they met in Enugu, and listen to me, they met and saw it that in the event of cutting it, why will they put their people? That's why the man has to surrender now. Let him, in fact, some of us preferred him to have been resistant so that we redefine this country. I'm telling you.
A lot of casualty will remain.
Nothing like killing. Let everybody go his way. Ha! Is it not rain that is falling in the north now? We have the food. What is oil? Look at Niger. Rano is still selling oil. He's bringing it from Niger. What is the big deal? It is when they met and saw the danger of any attempt. That was how they surrendered. But honestly, we have already made up our mind. Because we said to ourselves, if you don't, even if you stay, they are going to kill you. Abi? Under Jonathan, from Namadi Sambo down to the lowest person in the north is a Boko Haram. They can pick you whoever you are. We know that. At least we are part of the system. Thank you, Kule. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Are you getting me? And Jonathan, fortunately for the North, Jonathan decided to use religion and slice the Yorubas to the extent, for the first time, Yorubas were divided religiously. To the extent Muslims, Yorubas stood their ground and said they were not supporting Jonathan. They even refused to attend the meetings of the Jonathan. The papers are there, their statements are there in the papers. So or not so, sir?
No, I like this.
Read it, it's there. That's the truth. It's there. Even when he went, there were some few Muslim leaders who met Jonathan. The Supreme Council of Islam of Western Nigeria or Yoruba land came out clearly and said no, they disagreed. Do you get me? We know the population of Yoruba, close to 80%, or let's say close to 60% are Muslim. This man constituted a national conference. This is the Yorubas that were saying it. We read it and we had them saying it. So that succeeded in dividing the Yoruba themselves. Now, two, the humiliation, whatever they did to us, our own was that let them kill us and reduce our population. But at least they still know that we are significant politically and they allowed us to maintain some position. But in the case of Yorubas, they were sliced out of the whole system. So or not so. That was how Tinubu and
the issue of Boko Haram, if we have to talk about Boko Haram, it's not from the south now.
I am coming now. Let me forget about Boko Haram now. We brought about the Yoruba politics. Now, Tinubu and the Yorubas generally carried what happened to them and went to Kaduna and met them in Kaduna and begged them that we have to put our head together. Look, sir, let me tell you the truth and find out. At a point, the Yoruba, being humiliated under Jonathan, were even considering to cut off and put their Oduduwa Republic. But they realized if they do that, the Igbos were completely in charge of finance, civil service, security, and everything. If they dare do that,
now East and the North, they enjoy
exactly. I'm coming now. The Yorubas now.
You didn't benefit at all.
I'm coming. Yes, the Yoruba at a point, the Yoruba intelligence at a point realized that if they cut off, the Igbos will finish them. If they stay as it is and Igbo continue ruling, they will be completely finished. Before Jonathan, significant part of the economy, who are the accountants are Yorubas, who are the judiciary and lawyers are Yorubas, who are the civil service are Yorubas. Today you can't find any one of them. So or not so. So that's why the Yorubas say, even if we want to leave this country, we must get this power out of the hand of the Igbos and reposition ourselves.
The Northerners really benefited from that Jonathan too much, Alaji.
Hey,
we have the calculations of the government.
We agree. What can he do? He must now. He must. He wouldn't do to us that. He must. He knows that we can do it. He must deal with us.
You see, you had them that the plan, everything you are seeing today was planned from onset. Even when the other man from the southwest was reminding him that the north benefited more than any other region during the time of Jonathan. The man was reminding him that the northern part of Nigeria benefited more than any other region. And yet, he was still insisting You will see, you see him mentioning Igbo. What has Igbo done for them? What crime has Igbos committed? These are the same people that will come and tell you that Niger Delta is not Igbo. These are the same people who come and tell you that the Niger Deltas, they are not Igbos. You don't have anything with them. But look at why they are talking about Igbos, demonizing the Biafrans because of Jonathan. Demonizing the Igbos because of Jonathan. This was the genesis of the whole thing. And if you think you will have any country called Nigeria, you think that you have any better Nigeria any day, you are a dreamer. If you are from the southern part of Nigeria and you have not woken up, you better wake up. I told you before I played this video that anytime you see him mentioning Yoruba, he is talking about Tinubu. Yorubas are not in agreement. It is Tinubu and his cohort. Tinubu, Fashola and co, all those people that are under the captive of Tinubu, they are the people he's using. The agreement is not with Afenefere. It's not with Yoruba kings and rulers. It is Tinubu that they have agreement with to cause havoc, to cause some. That is why if Tinubu succeed in being in their president today, exactly the same thing Muhammad Buhari is doing, what he's going to do. Exact thing that Muhammad Buhari is doing is the same thing Buhari is going to do. He's going to protect everything and do the same thing. But we are not interested because we can never participate in the election. Their fraudulent election, we cannot be part of it. No matter how they try, we can never be part of it. Every one of us have to prepare for the 2 weeks sit at home that is coming. Prepare yourself. Begin early to prepare yourself for the 2 weeks sit at home. Nobody can stop it. It will definitely happen. 2 weeks sit at home. Prepare yourself now. Begin to prepare yourself. We are not going to participate in the election. We can't, because Nigeria can never ever survive. It doesn't matter how you try. It doesn't matter how you try to pretend what you try to do. It doesn't matter. You can never survive. And I'm going to play for you a video to tell you how countries that can survive is being run. You know, every time people talk about Singapore and this, I'm going to play that video. Let me look for the video and play so that you can see. I'm going to play the video. This video I'm going to play, you listen to what the man has to say. This is Singapore, how he was able to turn Singapore around. When you see the brave speech of the man, you will know that Nigeria has no future and Nigeria can never ever survive. We are praying for a time when this country will disintegrate so that every nation will go on their own ways. We are not against anybody. We are not talking out of hate. We are not calling for the death to anybody. We are asking for referendum. Let us go our separate ways. Referendum, that's what they're asking for. And it's a legitimate request. The most peaceful way to settle something democratically. Referendum. Conduct referendum. Go and have your Islamic state. We can still do business if we choose to. We can still relate. We can still intermarry. We can still be friends. But be in your nation, protect your border. We be in our own side and protect our borders. That is what we're asking for. It's not too much to ask. Nobody is listening. I'm going to play lastly, the last video for you. Listen to the speech of this man, the man that turned around Singapore. The Singapore today that is competing with the whole world. Singapore that people are making example with. Listen and hear how the man transformed Singapore. Watch.
We had to lock up people without trial, whether they are communists, whether they are language chauvinists or religious extremists. If you don't do that, the country would be in ruins today. Whoever governs Singapore must have that iron in him or give it up. This is not a game of cards. This is your life and mine. I've spent a whole lifetime building this. And as long as I'm in charge, nobody's going to knock it down. That we wouldn't be here, we would not have made the economic progress if we had not intervened on very personal matters. Who your neighbor is, how you live, the noise you make, how you spit or where you spit, or what language you use. Had we not done that and done it effectively, we would not be here today. and even from my sick bed. Even if you are going to lower me into the grave and I feel that something is going wrong, I'll get up.
You saw it, that's Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore. How the man transformed the environment. All from the grassroots, he built it to what it is today. With commitment and sincerity, respecting everybody, treating everybody equal. You cannot find this kind of man in the contraption called Nigeria. It doesn't happen they don't exist. You can only find this kind of men when you have a sane nation, a place where people have equal value. The diversity in Nigeria is a destructive one, and we cannot be part of it. We are going home. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, we are going home. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect everybody who have joined me on this broadcast from beginning to the end. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you, secure you. You will never lose your life. Every one of us will live to witness Biafra, because Biafra is closer today than it was yesterday. Anything you are doing to support Biafra, continue to do it. Support the ESN the best way you can. Keep on supporting. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't listen to propaganda. Don't listen to blackmail. Always listen to 97.5 Voice of Biafra FM. Voice of Biafra 97.5. Tune in and listen to it. Try as much as possible and join Master Simon Epa broadcast. Anytime he's online. If you can join, join. Follow up. If you can follow him live, later watch the videos. A lot of information are coming out. If you follow instruction, you will not lose your life. If you follow instruction, you will not lose. You will gain. Every sacrifice you make for the struggle of Biafra, you will regain it in 100-folds. It is a righteous cause. It is a just cause. We have to fight it together. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect us. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama secure us in Nnamdi Kanu. We will never give up. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. And remember, let's see you tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Same time. Bye-bye.
Good evening and good night to someone.